If your mornings still feel heavy, even after fixing your nights, this is why. It's not laziness, it's not motivation, and it's not discipline. It's the first 10 minutes. That short window after you sit down to work quietly decides whether your day flows or collapses into resistance. Most people lose a day before they've even opened the right tab. And once that happens, no routine can save it. I'm going to show you why momentum either locks in immediately or never shows up at all. And once you see this, you won't be able to start a workday the same way again. We fixed evenings by deciding earlier, not working harder, not optimizing more, just removing decisions before pressure arrived. That gave you quieter mornings. But quiet doesn't automatically mean productive, because clarity can still collapse if the first thing you do reopens chaos. The night decides what matters. The first 10 minutes decide whether your brain trusts that decision. Here's what most mornings actually look like. You sit down. You open your laptop. You hesitate. You check one message, just in case. You glance at notifications. You adjust your desk. You reread your to-do list. Nothing feels wrong, but nothing is moving. 5 minutes pass, then 10, and suddenly effort appears. Not because the task is hard, but because momentum never formed. That's the mistake. Most people think focus fades slowly. It doesn't. It either locks in early or never arrives at all. So what we blame? I'm distracted. I need to concentrate more. I should try harder. That sounds reasonable, but it's wrong. Because effort is not how momentum starts. Effort is what you use when momentum already failed. By the time you feel resistance, the damage is done. The real mistake happened earlier, when your brain asked a question and didn't get an answer fast enough. Here's the rule, stated clearly. Momentum only forms when the first action is obvious, not important, not impressive. Obvious. If your brain has to choose, compare, or interpret, it stalls. And stalled systems don't glide forward. They grind. This isn't mindset. It's mechanics. Your brain does not ease into work. It commits or it escapes. This is why this matters beyond productivity. Every time your day starts with hesitation, your brain learns something. That starting is unsafe. That effort comes before reward. So the next day, it resists sooner. That's why procrastination gets worse. Even when you care. Not because you're weak. Because your system is training avoidance at the exact moment it should be building trust. This is not a routine. It's a handoff, a bridge between last night's decisions and today's execution. Rule 1, no inputs before output, no messages, no feeds, no updates, because the first thing you consume becomes a problem your brain tries to solve. Rule 2, begin with a mechanical task, not the hardest thing, not the most important thing, the clearest thing, something with a defined start, a defined end, zero interpretation. Momentum does not come from intensity, it comes from completion. Rule 3, stay until movement appears, not motivation, movement. The moment resistance drops, you don't stop, because that drop is fragile. That's the lock-in point. Here's how people break this. Quietly, they check one thing quickly, start with something vague, stop as soon as it feels uncomfortable. Then they say, it didn't work, but the system didn't fail. The handoff broke. Momentum cannot survive negotiation. Here's what changes when this works. You stop fearing the start of the day, not because life is easier, but because your brain trusts the process. You sit down and move. No convincing, no hype, no inner debate. That quiet confidence, that's not discipline. That's alignment. That's what it feels like when yesterday actually prepared you for today. This isn't about perfect mornings. It's about removing the moment where everything falls apart. Decide at night, lock in early, protect the first 10 minutes. That's how effort disappears. Not because you became stronger, but because you stopped fighting yourself. So now you know the full system. Evenings decide direction. Mornings lock it in. But there's one final trap. That still ruins momentum for a lot of people. What happens after the first win? Because progress can collapse. The moment you look up and ask, what now? That's what the next video breaks down. If this is hitting a little too close, like the video, so it reaches someone else who needs this. Also do subscribe for more video like this. See you on the next one.